Hey guys, Andy here. I have with me today my Pixel XL, looking lovely, but in ready for a wardrobe change with my Slickwraps skin, which it took a couple of weeks to come, and it cost about $18.60. And it's the first time it came with I think it's a spray. You will need a hairdryer, or you're better off with a hairdryer. If we open up, stop, install. So there are install videos you probably watch as well as just my video. 3 Gs and a microfiber cloth. I've got lots of microfibers though. So there's all the front elements, and there's the back element. So they've done it a little bit different. The sides and the ends now, it's nice texture to it. It will give you a bit more grip. The sides and the ends are all part of the main body, rather than in the past you would stick kind of the back, the front, and then you'd stick sides on. And it kind of makes sense that they do all in one, bit of a wraparound, less joins to be seen. So I've cleaned my phone as instructed. And the first thing to do is to line up the speaker and charging port on the bottom, which is always a little bit tricky, but take your time to make sure you get it right. I did have a couple of attempts at it. This was actually the first attempt, so the fingerprint reader isn't quite lined up right, you'll see, and I do take it back off and have another crack at it. And that's fine, that's okay, that's allowed. But when you're in the right place, get the old hairdryer out, heat up the glue a little bit, and they recommend you do it on a mouse mat, which is what I'm using this time, and then you're supposed to just roll it like so to get it to stick properly. So you do the top and bottom, obviously. You do that each side. The sides were a little bit tricky, only because the corner bits wanted to keep rolling in. You'll see kind of a catch them there. They get a little bit in the way, but no real issue. And then finally, you do move on to the corner bits. And the corners themselves, not too much of a problem, although the curved bit at the back, you will see when I get it on camera, has kind of got a few ridges in it, and I couldn't get them out. I did try heating it some more and try to squash it down with something a bit harder than my thumb, but I just could not get rid of those little ridges. So possibly the only kind of imperfection there. But it didn't take too long to get that one piece all wrapped around the back of the phone, and we're ready to move on to the front. So I'm going to use the full front one that's got the side edges. Again, you start lining up the top first of all, get your speaker and your sensors all lined up properly. Again, not always easy, possibly a little bit harder trying to get the bottom lined up, because I found I had to put a bit of pressure on it, a bit of pull, and then that kind of would bend it slightly. So it takes a little bit of fidgeting, and then get the old hairdryer out again. I've got the phone off at this point. Then we're going to apply the G to the back. Fairly easy, because it's got its own kind of little bit to fall into, so it kind of guides itself in. And now I figured this would stop the fingerprint sensor, but I thought I'd better just double check. I didn't think there'd be some crazy technology that just the ring bit would be able to tell it was my finger, and sure enough, it doesn't work. So I thought, wow, I'm not having that. I do, that's how I turn the phone on. So that bit can come out. I think that's fine. That's not a problem. And there we go. No problems. So there we pretty much are. I was just trying to get rid of those little ridgy bits on the corner. There's a bit of a gap between the back edge and the sort of front panel, but I think to an extent you kind of have to accept that. Sorry, the camera not doing a great job of focusing for me here. All the cutouts seem to line up quite nicely. Weird looking, see that sort of different, it almost looks like some bits are stuck down and some aren't, but I press on it firm and it's staying as it is. So there we go, I quite like it. It's not perfect, but it's quite nice. I think obviously the what sort of colour and style, there are loads of different options if you don't like my purple. It's a little bit pink in the video perhaps, but I can guarantee you it's purple. I thought I'd better check it in an actual case. It doesn't really add any thickness, it's very thin a skin, and sure enough it goes in fine. You can still kind of see the bits of the purple through the back. And then just to show you, I realised actually I could put one of the G's on the front, why not? People complain about the huge big chin that does nothing. Well, I'm going to stick a G on it. Now it does something, it hosts my G. So yeah, I quite like it. It makes it look a little bit different. It's a shame there's no particular design for the back that incorporates the window, because that's kind of the Pixel's signature element, I suppose, in some ways. So if it had been slightly different shade where the window was, I'd have quite liked that, but it's still I still like it all the same. Take a look at slickwraps.com. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.